and Diana Tanasova. And the theme is, why does the account at John 9, verse 1 and 2 not prove reincarnation? And the setting is explaining your belief to your non-witness relative. Sister. Pardon me?
Workmate.
Oh, workmate. Okay. Thanks for adjusting.
Hey Diana, how's work been today?
You know, we have been so busy and we're short-staffed again.
Again, why this time?
Well, so-and-so, they called in sick again. This is like the 10th time that they've had the flu this year. You know, it makes me wonder, what did they do in their past life to be sick all the time at this one?
Well, Diana, you know, as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, I don't believe in people having past lives.
Well, don't you follow the Bible? Isn't there a situation where the disciples were talking about reincarnation?
Yes, I do follow the Bible, and I think I know the scripture that you're referring to. Are you talking about the instance with the blind man?
Yes, he was blind from birth.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Actually, that's in the account of John. And I believe it's chapter 9. Here it is in verse 1 and 2. Now, as he was passing along, he saw a man blind from birth. And his disciples asked him, Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, so that he was born blind?
See, doesn't that scripture talk about reincarnation?
Well, you know, Diana, first, let's consider a few things. Now, would you say that Jesus' followers believe his teachings and the things that were written?
Yes, that's why they were his chosen followers.
You're right. Now, let's look at a couple scriptures to see exactly what Jesus believed about what happens to someone after death. First, let's look at Ezekiel. And we're going to look at Ezekiel chapter 18 and verse 4. And if you could go ahead and read that one for us.
Verse 4. It says, Look, all the souls, to me they belong. As the soul of the Father, so likewise the soul of the Son. To me they belong. The soul that is sinning, it itself will die.
Okay, now let's look at another one. And this one's in Proverbs 146 and verse 4. His spirit goes out, he goes back to his ground. And that day his thoughts do perish. So, Diana, in these scriptures, what do we learn about the soul after death?
Well, it says that the soul dies and that his thoughts perish.
That's right. So, as we know that Jesus believed in this, and so did his disciples. So, in this case of the blind man, his disciples knew that a baby in the womb has life and was conceived in sin. Now, they could have even wondered if the unborn child could have sinned, resulting in his blindness. However, Jesus did not support either reincarnation nor the idea that a child in its mother's womb sins before birth. If we go back to the book of John, chapter 9, and we look at the very next verse, in verse 3, Jesus actually answered their question when he said, neither this man sinned nor his parents. So Jesus knew that because we are offspring of Adam, we have an inheritance of human defects and imperfections. And if you look at the latter verse of verse 3, we see that he actually used the situation to magnify God and heal the blind man.
Okay, I see. You know, I always wondered before about what really happens to us when we die, and, you know, why do we all have to suffer so much with hardships? I never really understood that. But thank you so much for explaining this to me. I do appreciate it. You know, now it makes me wonder, what hope do we have if we die? Do we not move on to other lives? What else is there?
You know, Diana, I can answer that too. But it seems like we have to get to work right now. So why don't you say whenever we get off, we'll get together and I can actually show you and answer that question from the Bible.
I would love that.